Good morning, students. Today we will study about the reaction of metals and non-metals with bases. Before that, as a recap, we will study about reaction of metals and non-metals with acid. So you already know that reaction of metals with dilute acid is whenever metals they react with dilute acid, they form the corresponding salts, their salts, plus hydrogen gas is also released. And how to test that hydrogen gas is released? You have to bring a burning splinter or a matchstick nearby the test tube and a pop sound will come. So this is the reaction of metals with the acids. Metals plus acid forms salt plus hydrogen gas. And at the same time, you have to remember and you have to keep in mind the reactivity series, that the metals which are higher in position than hydrogen, they will react with acid, and the metals which are lower in position than hydrogen, they won't be able to react with the acids. And next is about non-metals. They do not react with the acids. Non-metals, they do not react with the acids. That is the thing. Now next topic for today is reaction with the base. So base, for example, sodium hydroxide. So before studying about the base sodium hydroxide, we should be knowing how the sodium hydroxide is prepared. So for this you have one activity, that is preparation of the sodium hydroxide. Hydroxides are the bases. So how to prepare sodium hydroxide? So prepare a fresh solution of sodium hydroxide in a test tube by dissolving few pellets, 3 to 4 pellets or the tablets of it in 5 ml of water. Now you get the solution, that is of sodium hydroxide. Drop a piece of aluminium foil into it. Aluminium is a metal. We want to check what happens when metals they react with the bases. So for that we have used sodium hydroxide and we want the solution. So we have added the water. Bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube and observe carefully. Whenever we bring the matchstick nearby the test tube and the pop sound comes out, that shows that hydrogen is released. You can see here, it is shown here that metals react with sodium hydroxide. It is a base. Hydroxides are base to produce hydrogen gas. And reaction of non-metals with base, they are very complex and you will study them in your higher classes. So this is how the metals they react with the bases. Now comes the displacement reaction, very important. What is displacement reaction and how it is performed? You can see the activity shown here in displacement reaction. Before that, you should know what is displacement reaction. Metals placed higher in the activity series or the reactivity series are more reactive than those metals placed below. It is observed that when an iron nail, you have to take iron nail or iron filings, you can take either of two, and you have to put in copper sulfate solution. The color of the solution changes from blue to green and a reddish brown coating of copper is seen in the iron nail. This happens because a more reactive metal can displace a less reactive metal from its salt solution. Such a reaction is called displacement reaction. So displacement reaction is a type of reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. For example, and for this you should learn the reactivity series. You have to take one beaker, okay, and then you put copper sulfate solution into it, that is of blue color, sky blue color, and you have to put a iron nail. Either you can put iron powder or iron nail. So now what will happen, you have to keep it for some time, and this copper solution, copper sulfate is blue in color, so we will use blue pen here. So this is copper solution, copper sulfate solution. And which one, what do you think, iron is more reactive or copper is more reactive? Obviously iron is more, it is having the higher position in the reactivity series. So because iron is having higher position in the reactivity series, iron will try to displace copper from its salt solution. This is the salt solution of copper, that is copper sulfate. And iron being being higher in the reactivity series, it will try to displace the copper from its salt solution. And after some time, what if you keep this beaker for some time, what will happen? A new product will be formed, that is FeSO4 plus copper will be left behind. It means iron being more or being higher in the reactivity series, it has displaced copper from its salt solution. So a more reactive metal, because iron is more reactive, it is higher in the reactivity series, so we say that more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. So this is called displacement. The iron has displaced or replaced copper from its position and has taken its own position. So we can write it like this. So it was basically the copper sulfate solution. This is copper sulfate. Then we have put the iron into it, Fe. So after some time, what was the observation? Iron was more reactive, so it has displaced copper from its salt solution. It's a salt basically, so we say salt solution, and it is in liquid state, so we say salt solution. So now what will be the product? FeSO4. Because iron is more reactive, higher in the position also, more reactive, so it has taken the place of copper. And poor copper, which was having a lower position and it was less reactive, so it was left behind. So copper will be deposited over the iron nail basically. So this is the displacement reaction. For this you have to learn the reactivity series. Now one activity is given in your book. You can see here in this paper. Here first is beaker A, B, A, B, C, D, E. Here they have shown what they have kept in these beakers. So beaker A is having copper sulfate plus zinc. Copper sulfate plus zinc. Zinc granules they have added in the copper sulfate salt solution. So what do you think? What will happen with the zinc? Zinc is more reactive than copper, so it will try to displace copper from its solution and it will be ZnSO4. What will be the new product? ZnSO4, and Cu will be left behind. So this is case 1. Now see the case 2. This is copper sulfate plus iron. This we have done. You know iron is more reactive than copper, so it will be able to displace copper. So what will be the new product? Iron sulfate plus copper will be left behind. So in this case it will be iron sulfate, copper sulfate plus iron. It will be now FeSO4 plus copper will be left behind. So this is for beaker B. Now we will study about beaker C. For this you must know the reactivity series. Now see, you have got zinc sulfate solution. You have got zinc sulfate and copper. Copper turnings are there. Granules of the copper are there. So zinc sulfate plus copper. So now which one is more reactive? Copper or zinc? Copper or zinc? Which one is more reactive? Obviously zinc is more reactive. So copper won't be able to act on the zinc and it won't be able to displace it. So you can see here in last 3 there is no change. In last 3 you can see here, in last 3 there is no change because the copper is less reactive as compared to zinc. Then again copper is less reactive as compared to iron, and here also iron is less reactive as compared to zinc. So in last 3 cases no change will be there because these metals, they are less reactive than these metals, and the less reactive cannot displace more reactive metal from its salt solution. So what is displacement reaction? It is a type of chemical reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. Thank you very much, and revise reactivity series once more. Thank you.